Good morning, Hacksters. We're starting a little bit early today, and it looks like all my things are working great. So today I wanted to take us back, even though yesterday was Throwback Thursday. Today it is Throwback Friday because we can do that. I'm going to take us back through some explorations with the Teensy platform, and specifically using it for audio because I have some new projects. I'm spending a lot of time during the quarantine working with, let's get this blinky stuff out of the way. Okay, so I'm spending a lot of time during the quarantine working on music, and one thing that I want to do is make a sampler board that I can use to create backing tracks for live performance. And I think that the Teensy is a great platform for this. One of the main reasons that I'm choosing it is because this little guy with the audio breakout shield can do polyphony. It can play multiple sounds at once. Not only that, it can play multiple audio samples at once, and it can do it from an SD card. So this is a 32 gigabyte micro SD card, and it will play back WAV files. And I'm following this tutorial that Paul Stoffergen, the creator of Teensy, sent me the materials for years and years ago. So we're going to take a look at those, and then we're going to look at what I'm doing with it. Actually, let's look at what I'm doing with it first. So right now I've been adapting one of the audio tutorials so that I can play multiple samples on top of each other if I want to trigger multiple backing tracks at once. I'm hooking it up to these buttons, basically. Okay, let's take a look at... No, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do the demo. It's really early, and I'm a little mixed up, but I want to... there's too many exciting things going on, right? Okay, so first up, what does it do? I am triggering multiple samples. These are sample files that came with the Teensy kit. And you can trigger them on top of each other. And then you can stop them. And they play at the same time. It's great. It's exactly what I want. And what I'm going to do is augment it with this 8-pin to 16 buttons, sort of Charlie plexed button breakout, which I got at Tinkersphere, a wonderful tinkering shop in New York. Alright, so now that I've done the cool part, I can take us back through the internet. Okay, so the audio tutorial kit that I am working with. This is something that Paul put together in order to show people how to use the Teensy audio library, which is an amazing resource. It includes, or I'm not sure this is specifically related to the audio library, but he has this audio system design tool. It's a graphical user interface, and you just drag around these different devices, and you can make them generate Arduino code. So here we have 3 WAV file players, which is, this is the code that I have on the Teensy right now. We've got 3 WAV file players, and then they're going into these 2 mixers, and those mixers, one of them is for the left channel and one of them is for the right channel. So for audio, you know, your left ear and your right ear. If you have stereo audio, you can play it back that way. And then each of the samples, the WAV files, has a left channel and a right channel, right? Because that's how most songs work. They have stereo audio. And so mixer 1 takes the left channel of each track, and mixer 2 takes the right channel of each track. Or it might be vice versa. We can find out, actually, with the wonderful built-in documentation on here. Look at this. Isn't that so cool? Oh, you know what? I can find out if I go here. Out 0 is the left channel output, and out 1 is the right channel output. Okay, so the first one is the left channel, and the second one is the right channel. Cool. So all the left channels are going to mixer 1, and all the right channels are going to mixer 2, and they all go to this output. The outputs to the headphone jack on the audio shield, so that's what I've got going on here. To my little speaker. And then this SGT 5000 thing, or SGTL 5000 thing, is something that it requires to talk to the audio shield. That's actually the name of the chip that's on there, that the Teensy controls. Cool! So, you're basically writing Arduino code. You take this exported code from the graphical user interface, and it basically tells the Arduino code, the Teensy Audio library for Arduino, how to connect things together. So play SD Wave 3, channel 0, the left channel, goes to mixer 1, connection number 2. And you've got all these. It's written kind of in the order that I connected the little cables, so since I've been switching things around a little bit, it's not as readable as it could be, and I could change that later on. But overall, it works, and it's gorgeous. So this is an example from the Teensy Audio library, and you can find the audio system design tool linked from there, and then you can also get the audio adapter board. Not only, so this is a Teensy 3.2 with the relevant audio adapter board for that you see here on this page, but there's also one for the Teensy 4 that I have ordered, and I'm excited to play around with that as well. It has a few more capabilities, which I go through in the Teensy 4 unboxing from 2019, which is linked in the description to this video, and the Teensy 4 first steps and speed test. So that's actually, I give away the first audio board that I got from the workshop to a friend, and this is the one that I'm using now for the little sampler that I've built. And then you can also find an extremely old Teensy workshop on building a USB keyboard with Arduino. Oh my goodness, this is so ancient. You can see my ancient hair. It's really embarrassing. But the cool thing about Teensy is that it's great for audio. It is natively able to act as a USB mouse, keyboard, joystick, or MIDI input, which is like the Arduino Leonardo. Like some of the Arduinos can do this, but not all of them, and the Teensy can, so you can easily build a USB keyboard or whatever you like. Oh wait, is this actually the one is this my binary keyboard? I built a binary keyboard one time. Is it? Oh, it is! Oh my goodness! Old Hackster. I'm just gonna pull this up for you. Binary monster keyboard, glow ASCII. This is a really old tutorial that I wrote. Oh, here we go. One-handed corded keyboard. I changed the name. But this is a Teensy-based binary keyboard that I made years ago at a hackathon. And I guess that's what the virtual workshop is talking about. So if you're curious about how to build different types of keyboards, this isn't even like a regular keyboard. This is a strange keyboard where you type a letter by entering its ASCII, or its binary, representation in buttons. So you have 5 buttons, which means that you have 32 potential characters, and that's enough for the entire English alphabet plus a few extra characters. And yeah, I actually have that here, but it's in a lunchbox underneath my computer. This is really like a throwback. Oh my goodness. So back to the audio library stuff. There's this audio adapter board, and there's one for the Teensy 4, as I just said, and I'm going to be grabbing that from the mail sometime soon. The thing is, I soldered the Teensy directly onto this board, which was kind of a chump move. What I want to do with the 4 is attach some female headers, and I think what I'm going to do is attach the Teensy 4 directly to the Teensy 4 audio board underneath it, but using some really long female headers like these, which I bent at a right angle, but you can see that the leads are really, really long. And that way you have female headers on top, then you have the audio shield that it's soldered to, then you have the Teensy underneath, and then you should still be able to push it into a breadboard, and that'll make it really easy for me to move around the connections and connect it to different stuff, because the pins will be accessible from the top of the board, which I think is one modification I'm going to make from this tutorial kit. So this is the original tutorial kit that I went through in my workshop videos, which you can actually find if you just scroll down on this page. So when Paul sent me the kit back in 2016, I think, I recorded every step of this step-by-step tutorial / workshop that he put together, which is incredible, by the way. This is an incredible resource. Not only is it cool for learning how to do the Teensy Audio library, but it teaches you a bunch of stuff about manipulating audio in general. Like, for example, oscillators and filters, how to build like a filter pedal. You can do that with Teensy. How to make oscillators so that you can play it as an instrument. You can do that with Teensy Audio. You can do all this cool stuff. And I'm digging through it, and it's so rich. You can, play multiple tracks like I was doing here, but you can pan between them using a potentiometer, so that, like, you turn the knob to the left and it's all one track, turn it all the way to the right and it's all another track, turn it to the middle and it's mixing both of them together. You can be a DJ. You can do it. You can be a DJ. Quarantine, why not? We all got free time. So, yeah. This is the original tutorial kit. I'm modifying it to use just a bunch of buttons, but you can use potentiometers with it. It's all set up to teach you how to do that. I highly, highly recommend this tutorial, and you can get the entire kit already built for $60. I already ordered some stuff from PJRC over, I think, about a week ago, and it came within a few days, which is incredible. They shipped it the next day, I think, and it arrived within a few days, and I was so excited that per my house's quarantine protocol, I'm not allowed to, we're quarantining all mail that comes in, but I just like ripped off the outer package and threw that away and like dumped out the contents, which had already been in the mail for 3 days, so like they were sort of clean. And I was so excited to play with this that I was just like, I gotta find a way to like clean it up right now and play with it. It's such a fantastic little platform. I really recommend it. And not only are there those 3 virtual workshop sessions, speaking of which, there's also some super old video of Moldover in here. Wait, there's 4 of them. Oh my goodness, there's so much material here. It took up 4 whole videos. And there's also another cool walkthrough with another person who has similar hair to me, and it seems really cool. So yeah, check out the audio tutorial kit. Stay tuned. I'm going to be making this sampler basically into something where I can trigger up to, let's say, well, yeah, a vast number of little audio tracks and stings and things. And so this stops blinking. I'm going to give you a close-up. Yeah, so here's the audio tutorial kit. You can see there's a Teensy underneath. I did a kind of janky thing where I accidentally soldered the Teensy too close to the board underneath because I only had one size of headers, and I was worried about heat problems, but that hasn't been an issue so far. The main problem is that I can no longer reach the reset button, which is back here. Like, it's literally like 0.5 millimeter below the audio board, and so I had to instead solder on a new reset button, but that works too. And I can't wait to play with this more, and I'm going to make a tutorial once I have the whole sampler finished. So, message for the weekend: you can be a DJ. You can get your all your cool Teensy audio boards and Teensies themselves in the mail in less than a week, thanks to our wonderful friends at PJRC. And go take a trip down memory lane with a bunch of terrible haircuts. All right, have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon.